President Trump and the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE, led by Elon Musk, are on a mission to streamline government operations, reduce federal spending, cut waste, and eliminate fraud. So far, this has meant major job cuts, thousands of canceled contracts worth billions of dollars, and even return to office mandates. All of this is sending ripples through the Washington, D.C. housing market and effectively crashing the market. Now, one of the most immediate impacts has been the surge in federal layoffs. By focusing on eliminating wasteful expenditures and downsizing the workforce, DOGE has initiated mass layoffs across various agencies. This reduction in federal employees has directly affected the housing market in the Washington, D.C. greater area, where a substantial portion of residents are government employees. With job security in question, many are reconsidering their living situations, leading to an increase in property listings and a growing inventory of unsold homes. Real estate agents have reported an increased number of distressed sales as former government employees are struggling to keep up with mortgage payments without stable incomes. In addition to layoffs, the administration has forced a strict return to office mandate. President Trump announced on January 29th that federal employees would face termination if they did not resume in-person work by early February. Now, this directive has prompted some employees to relocate closer to their workplaces, while others, perhaps valuing the flexibility of remote work, have chosen to leave the city altogether. This shift is contributing to a dynamic and fluctuating housing market. The abrupt nature of these changes has led to an oversupply of homes hitting the market, driving prices down at an accelerated rate. Real estate agents in these areas have observed these trends firsthand. Stuart Naranch, a Redfin Premier agent in Washington, D.C., shared an example. He said, "I recently worked with a couple who bought their dream home with me a few years ago, but now they're considering listing because they want to be closer to public transportation. They both work for the government, and they want a more convenient commute because they'll need to return to in-person work soon." This scenario underscores how policy changes are influencing individual housing decisions. More agents are reporting similar cases where government employees, unsure of their job security or unwilling to continue commuting, are listing their properties in droves. Now, market data supports these observations. Home prices in the nation's capital are down 8.6% in January compared to last year, with properties selling for a median price of around $560,000. While homes spent about a week longer on the market in January of this year, overall sales for the month were up from last year. This indicates a market in flux, influenced by both an increase in supply and changing buyer priorities. However, recent reports suggest that the decline in home values is accelerating, with some neighborhoods experiencing price drops of 15% or more. And beyond the housing market, it's essential to recognize the positive strides that DOGE has made in combating government waste and fraud. In a recent announcement, DOGE reported the recovery of $1.9 billion in taxpayer funds that were just completely misplaced by the previous administration. These funds were initially allocated for the Administration of Financial Services, but they actually belong to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I don't even know how people get this money mixed up. The recovery of such a substantial amount not only highlights the inefficiencies present in several previous administrations, but it showcases the effectiveness of DOGE initiatives. However, this tightening of government spending has resulted in decreased demand for high-end real estate in D.C., as those benefiting from previous inefficiencies no longer have access to easy money. The gravy train is going off the rails. Elon Musk emphasized the significance of this achievement, stating, "The ease of which significant taxpayer money can be saved is astounding." And this sentiment reflects the potential for further savings and increased efficiency within the federal government. However, this aggressive approach to reform is contributing to reshaping of DC real estate and leaving many properties sitting on the market for months without buyers. Moreover, the Subcommittee on Delivering on Government Efficiency held its inaugural hearing titled "The War on Waste," stamping out the scourge of improper payments and fraud. During the session, expert witnesses shared step-by-step plans to improve payment systems, close loopholes, decrease fraud, and save American taxpayers billions of dollars annually. These proactive measures are essential in fostering a more accountable and efficient government. However, for the DC housing market, this means fewer government programs funding real estate purchases, leading to a further cooling of a once hot market. Another critical issue is the impact of canceled federal contracts. With thousands of contracts under review and many already slashed, private sector businesses that relied on government spending are also feeling the effects. Many companies in DC depend on lucrative government deals that are now being cut, leading to layoffs in the private sector as well. The cascading effects means that even more people are leaving the area, further exacerbating the housing market decline. Developers who previously relied on government tenants or contracts are now struggling, leading to project delays and even cancellations. Examples of government waste that have been eliminated include extravagant spending on unnecessary studies, excessive travel budgets for bureaucrats, and redundant programs that provide little to no tangible benefits whatsoever. The reduction in these wasteful expenditures has put further pressure on the luxury real estate market, as government-funded perks that once justified high-end housing have completely disappeared. These changes are a wake-up call for the entrenched bureaucracy that has once thrived on inefficiencies. Critics argue that the layoffs and spending cuts are way too aggressive, but supporters of DOGE see this as a necessary correction to years of fiscal irresponsibility. With more efficient spending, taxpayers can expect lower deficits, reduced inflationary pressures, and a government that better serves the public rather than itself. However, in the short term, this has been a rapid shift in the housing market, leading to price corrections that may continue for the foreseeable future. The impact of this market shift is also being felt in the rental sector. With more people selling their homes or leaving the city entirely, landlords are struggling to find tenants, leading to a decline in rental luxury pricing. Luxury apartments that once catered to government workers and contractors are experiencing higher vacancy rates, forcing property owners to offer discounts and incentives to attract new renters. This downward pressure on rent further reduces the profitability of investing in DC real estate, creating additional concerns for property owners. Commercial real estate is also facing challenges. With thousands of federal employees being laid off and fewer government contracts being awarded, demand for office space has plummeted. Many businesses that once relied on government clients are downsizing or shutting down entirely, leaving large office buildings with empty floors. Developers who anticipated continued government expansion are now dealing with declining occupancy rates and falling commercial property values, leading to increased financial strain in a sector. While the immediate effects on the housing market may pose challenges, especially for those directly impacted by job cuts, the long-term benefits of reduced government waste cannot be overlooked. A more efficient government not only saves taxpayer money, but it also fosters a more sustainable economic environment. However, prospective homebuyers are now wary of purchasing in DC, fearing continued job losses and further property devaluation. The actions taken by DOGE are reshaping both the federal workforce and the housing market in Washington, D.C. And while changes can be unsettling, especially for those directly affected, it's crucial to consider the broader objective of creating more efficient and accountable government. As the situation continues to evolve, we'll keep you updated on further developments and their implications. For now, DC's housing market is in freefall, and it remains to be seen how much further prices will drop before stabilizing. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe for the YouTube overlords, and leave a comment down below telling me whether or not you think this is a good thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.